yards in the first half. Saints with a 28-21 lead. Giants will receive the second half kickoff. Wild first half in New Orleans. Time for the Visa halftime report. Kurt, take it away. We start the second half here in New Orleans. Saints lead by 7. Today's excitement brought to you by Nissan. Both teams started the season slow, but have come on over the last month. Drew Brees, 4 touchdown passes in the first half, 2 of the 4 to Willie Snead. Today's excitement brought to you by Nissan. We told you about some of the numbers before we headed west for the Visa halftime report. Over 500 yards of offense, 32 first downs.
The one critical thing you could say about the Saints with those great numbers right there is their penalty situation. 4 penalties resulting in first downs for the New York Giants, none bigger than that third down penalty that kept the drive alive right at the end of the half to get 7 more.
Without the injured Dwayne Harris, it's Shane Vereen on the return for the Giants, and he takes it all the way out to the 34-yard line. So good field position for Eli Manning and the Giants offense. So last team with the football wins.
It looks like one of those situations right here, and you made a great point. As we went into halftime, the Giants deferred to start, so they've got it again right now to come back and tie this game up. One of the defenses has got to make a stand right here. We saw 3 sacks on those halftime stats for the Saints. They were getting a little bit of pressure at the end of that first half, but then Eli took them right down the field in that 2-minute situation. I don't know what the Giants are going to do defensively. We've got guys from the Saints just running free in their secondary.
Dwayne Harris now back in the game. Was not out for the second half kickoff. Harris slot to the left. First and 10 from the 35-yard line on the toss. It's Rashad Jennings. And Jennings gains 5 out to the 40 on first down. Anthony the tackle.
Come out and establish that run, that opening series by the Giants to start this game. They kept the Saints off balance. I wouldn't change anything. You know, you talk about adjustments you make through the first half, things you look at halftime. You wonder if both of these offenses had a real quiet time at halftime. Hey, let's just keep doing what we're doing. They haven't stopped us yet.
Giants lost tight end Larry Donnell in the first half. He has not returned. Second down and 5. It's Harris for a Giants first down. As we head down to the field, Laura Oakman. Laura.
Kenny, I'm going to use this halftime simply to update you on all the injuries. Dwayne Harris questionable with a sprained knee and a sprained ankle. Larry Donnell, as you said, still out with that neck injury. Kyrie Robinson, that's the big one. I do not have official word. I can just tell you, just around down here on the field, that's all anyone's talking about, what a gruesome injury it was. He's been taken to the hospital is what I've heard. I will have an update as soon as I get it.
All right, thanks very much, Laura. And of course, Dwayne Harris has returned for the Giants. Spot to the right. First and 10, 48-yard line as Jennings takes it out across midfield into Saints territory for a gain of 2.
And what did Tom Coughlin tell us about Dwayne Harris? He's an everyday guy. He just comes to work every day, has a good time, continues to work. You can tell he's not 100% out there. You heard Laura say he's questionable with an ankle and a knee. Well, he's back out there right away to start this second half. He's an absolute warrior.
Harris now slot to the left. Second down and 8. Play action. Manning rolling right. And now he fires downfield. He's looking for Beckham, who makes the catch for his 3rd touchdown in his return home to New Orleans. "50 yards from Manning to Beckham."
Wow, they've got everything covered, and you have 2 guys on Odell Beckham in this situation. He's coming from the opposite side. Dwayne Harris, 17 on the inside route, trying to work that intermediate area. Odell Beckham gets on top of Delvin Breaux. Safety help, doesn't recognize it. Jarvis Byrd plays it poorly in the air, and it's another touchdown.
Beckham played here at the Dome once previously, the 2012 BCS championship game. Alabama over LSU, 21-0. Different story today as Beckham has reached the end zone for the 3rd time. We are tied at 28.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By Burger King, introducing new Buffalo chicken fries, a better way to buffalo. by Chevrolet. Find new roads. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Friday night here in New Orleans, Newman High School with a 52-9 victory over Wright. Proud alum Eli Manning with 4 touchdown passes today, 3 to fellow Newman High School alum Odell Beckham Jr.
Doing something right at Newman.
So the Giants erase a 14-point deficit. They score 14 points in 2 minutes, 4 seconds to tie the game.
You talk about opportunities, but you got to cash in on those. And at 28-14, under 2 minutes to go in that first half, the Giants put together that really impressive drive, knowing that they're going to get the ball to start here in the second half. And we talked about the run game being something to watch today. You know what? I'm not even going to run the football. I'm just going to start throwing it because nobody can cover anybody this afternoon.
So now the Saints go to work from their 20-yard line in a tie game as Breeze swings it out. This is Ingram, and he picks up a first down, and that's 18 straight completions for Drew Brees, one shy of his own franchise record.
It's been impressive. I mean, you watch the tape getting ready for this game, and you've got to look at what Dallas did in that run game. Last time out, the Giants gave up 233. You're thinking about that. They definitely saw something here they like in their matchup. You look at the linebackers with the injuries there. You look at the secondary with injuries at corner. And they have decided that the passing game gives them the best opportunity.
Off the play fake, Breeze spikes the ball, so that will end his streak. One shy of his franchise record, 7 shy of the league mark after 18 in a row.
And trying to get that screen pass, Marcus Kuhn recognizes it. Tough for Mark Ingram to get out of there. He kind of got caught in the middle. It's one of the risks you run when you do a screen pass. You step up inside. Sometimes you get clogged up with all those big rushers.
Breeze starts a new streak as Colston breaks free for some extra yardage.
How good have they been through their careers together down here as Saints? Drew Brees and Marcus Colston. Just so consistent. Sometimes you have such chemistry and such rapport with somebody that they become virtually uncoverable because there's just that timing element. They've done it so many different times together under so many different situations.
Colston with his 69th career touchdown reception from Breeze earlier. That's the most ever for a guy who's only caught touchdowns from one quarterback. Now Breeze over the middle for another first down into Giants territory. It's Benjamin Watson to the New York 41. 17 yards.
Hey, get your play action, get the attention of your linebackers because they're going to have to step up to honor it. Now you got to drop back and find your zone read. And there's Ben Watson sliding right in between Jonathan Casillas and Jasper Brinkley.
Looking to turn the corner is Ingram, but he runs right into the arms of Robert Ayers. One more note on Breeze, passing for 300, Darrell, in the first half. First to do that since Aaron Rodgers last November against Chicago.
Now the big thing with both of those guys, they're so difficult to defend at the quarterback spot in the NFL. They can do so many different things.
Movement prior to the 2nd and 10 play.
Yeah, they're going to call this one on the Saints.
False start, offense, number 64. The defense did not get in the neutral zone.
Right tackle, Zach Strief.
And this is another area where you have to have a little bit of consistency. Watch Zach Strief. So you're going to have the jump in there. And now he points, and he wasn't all the way in. He did influence you to the point where you had to snap it. And that's another area, it's kind of the catch of the ball. Did you become a runner? That one now is given the officials. We're seeing it called differently from week to week, whether they go neutral zone infraction or false start.
Stay, like 5-9.
Second down and 15. Breeze fires, and it is nearly picked off by Wareunga. And there is a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 98. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Demontre Moore, who was a healthy scratch last week because of some penalty situations, is right back at it again this week.
Right.
So
that will not make Tom Coughlin happy.
absolutely
Following
not.
his roughing the passer on Sam Bradford in the game against Philadelphia, he was fined. Moore asked about it. He said it's due to my poor football IQ.
Well, he hasn't stepped up his IQ any on that one.
Across the Giants, 15 yards, and now it is Ingram. Ingram running hard. Has another Saints first down to the Giants 20.
He really does. He runs very hard, great pad level. He's really patient when he gets into the middle. He's got a nice jump cut. I've watched him on film. He looks like a completely different runner this season than I've seen in the past. He's very physical. That's a big hit by Brandon Merriweather right there. He's got the advantage. He had his pads underneath, and you can see Mark Ingram bounce off of that tackle and gain 2-3 more yards.
Now Spiller in for Ingram. Breeze on 1st and 10 from the 21. And that pass just out of the reach of Michael Ho'omanuenui.
Is that what it says on that piece of white tape on top of the monitor?
Oh, come on.
Phonetically?
They're sharing our secrets.
You know how to say that one. You've said it before. Coming off the wing right here, just running that wheel route, trying to get out to the flat and then get vertical.
To answer your question, yes, it's exactly what it says. How about the definition?
Yeah, very conflicting. Doesn't make sense.
Ho'omanuenui in Hawaiian means to be patient. And we are whenever we say his name. What a catch! Brandon Cooks!
Well, I think the throw makes that catch that much more easier in that situation. It's tight coverage. Drew Brees puts it in a spot. I mean, it's unbelievable coming out of the slot right here. And watch the two defenders that are in coverage. I mean, even Brandon Merriweather is able to, or actually Jaron Hosley's actually can drop off his coverage and add another defender, but it doesn't matter. Drew Brees drops it right over the top.
Second touchdown reception for Cooks. It's the 5th touchdown pass for Brees. And we are not yet 5 minutes into the 3rd quarter.
Nice job.
Forbath the extra point. Saints back on top. 35-28 here in New Orleans. A look at the NFC South standings. Carolina at 6-0. Atlanta Falcons 6-1. And the Saints looking to even their record at 500. And how about the Tampa Bay Bucks? They lead the Falcons today, 20-3 in the 3rd quarter.
That's an impressive bounce back from last week when they let a 24-0 lead slip away from them at Washington.
Here's Shane Vereen on the return, although Dwayne Harris returned earlier on offense. No Harris on special teams, and Vereen takes it out across the 40-yard line. Big return, setting up terrific field position for Eli Manning and the Giants offense.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Cialis.
Two quarterbacks who have combined to win 3 Super Bowl Most Valuable Player awards. This is tremendous. Both Manning and Brees with more touchdown passes than incompletions today.
I don't know if you took a carded 7-on-7 session in practice and you'd have those type of results.
Andre Williams on 1st down. And Eli Manning, Darryl, with his 4 touchdown passes, has surpassed Joe Montana, now in 11th place all time, 274. Montana with 273. Second down at 5. Manning, grab from behind, there is a flag, and the catch is made downfield by Will Tye at the New Orleans 21-yard line.
Holding. Offense in the 76. The 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
So the 32-yard completion is erased. The rookie left tackle, Eric Flowers, the guilty Giant.
Yeah, working against Hau'oli Kikaha, and it's that speed on the outside. So look at Eli Manning here. Look at the strength and the ability to be able to step up, rotate, and get enough on this throw down the middle of the field. That's impressive. Maybe not a great decision.
Right. That's Jairus Byrd, who missed the last 3 games with a knee injury. Byrd heads off. Giants without tight end Larry Donnell, ruled out for the rest of the game with a neck injury. Dwayne Harris, we saw him return earlier, knee and ankle issues. Orleans Darkwa, his return is questionable due to a back issue. Second down and 16 as Manning escapes. Another flag. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Randall, and now a second flag is thrown downfield. So 2 penalty markers down, and we'll check in with Craig Rolstad.
We saw the Saints, they had 3 sacks in the first half, cranking up that pass pressure again.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. Ineligible man down the field, number 70. That penalty is declined. Holding, offense, number 74. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards. Second down.
Right guard Jeff Schwartz.
Yeah, working right there, getting really just kind of got ran over more than anything. Went to the ground. But we've been talking about one of these defenses stepping up to start to make some plays. This pressure by the Saints front forcing back-to-back holding penalties.
Both penalties have been declined. It's third down.
So the Saints take the result of the play. They decline both penalties. It'll be third down. Third and 16 for the Giants.
I'd say this is normally difficult to convert, Kenny, but on an afternoon like today, probably about 50-50.
Play clock winding down. Catch is made by Will Tye, but not nearly enough, and the ball comes loose. Saints have recovered. It's Byrd. First turnover of the game, and Jairus Byrd, who was injured moments ago, comes up with the recovery.
After being efficient all afternoon, this Giants offense runs into a sloppy session right there. They had the back-to-back holding penalties, now the turnover.
It's a fumble recovered by New Orleans. First and 10.
Ball's out early, you can see it right there. All right, Tom Coughlin talked to us about gritty, scrappy. They've done that offensively, been able to bounce back. It's time for this defense to show some of those qualities right now. They've got to step out and help out their offense.
First and 10, 36-yard line, and there's a nice defensive play made by Kerry Wynn, who wraps up C.J. Spiller for a loss of 2.
It's got to start with the guys up front. They've struggled to get to the quarterback all season long. They only had 9 sacks coming into the game today. The second least, only behind Atlanta this year. And they've got to start doing something. They've got to shut down this run game. They've got to make Drew Brees uncomfortable in that pocket, the way that they did to Eli Manning on that last series, the way the Saints did.
Second down and 12 from the Giants, 38. Brees has Colston and Ingram switch spots. Play clock down to 1. As Brees throws, and it's Watson who makes the catch with Kennard defending.
There was a lot of change at the line of scrimmage for kind of a play call.
Catch made by Watson, who's gone over 100 yards today on 6 receptions. It is now third down and 8. Brees steps up, and now he fires downfield, and it's picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, his 3rd interception in the last 2 games. So after the Giants turn it over, they get the ball right back.
Last week against Indianapolis, Drew Brees made a couple of ill-advised throws. Once he got into the red zone, he does it again this afternoon. You're in complete control offensively today. No need to make that throw.
Well, you said the Giants defense must step up, and they did. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie with the pick. There's John Cherry in at right guard for Jeff Schwartz, who suffered an ankle injury. Giants trailing by 7, start at their 7 as Manning hands it off to Jennings, and he gains 4, and a penalty marker has been thrown.
Holding offense, number 77. That penalty's half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
That's John Cherry, who just replaced Schwartz.
Oh, there he is right here. Is he on the inside of the framework? You know, say, I don't know. I mean, if we're going to call that, we might as well just start calling everything, because there wasn't a whole lot there. If your hands are on the inside framework of the body, I know we caught that play late, but I didn't see anything.
First and 13 following the penalty as Jennings finds a hole. And Rashad Jennings takes it across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. So Jennings, with the Giants pinned deep, gains 18.
You need a spark. You need somebody to step up and make a play. And this is going to be a nice gain by Rashad Jennings, but then you see the effort and how much extra yardage he's able to generate on that run. That's going to get everybody going on this offense.
That's the longest running play of the day on either side. From the 21, on first down, Manning can't find anyone, and now he throws it out of bounds.
How about here? The last few possessions, we've had both of these defenses starting to step up and make some plays.
We've actually seen some incomplete passes.
It's amazing.
Each team has run 44 plays. As we approach 700 yards of total offense. On the screen, it's Jennings. And Rashad Jennings picks up a Giants first down and more. Out to the 46. So Jennings gains 25 more.
This is really well executed. Keep your eyes on Rashad Jennings. The good thing about this is we're only going to release one lineman out into the screen element. Weston Richburg is the only one. A lot of times when we're seeing the screens today, we've got multiple linemen. A lot of the defensive players see that happening and they can adjust to it.
Under 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Giants started this drive at their own 7. They're forced back on a penalty. Andre Williams tackled by Jonathan Jenkins after a gain of 1. Four touchdown passes for Eli Manning, 3 to Odell Beckham Jr. 5 TD throws by Drew Brees. Now Bobby Richardson running out onto the field. Saints got 10 players in the defensive huddle. Manning with time. He fires. Getting in the way of it is Stephon Anthony. Ruben Randall, the intended receiver.
Now we had 2 receivers in that same area, so Ruben Randall is going to be working from the left side, running that in route, and then we had an in route coming from the right side. You had to hold that, and all of a sudden you're right on top of each other, bringing all the defenders into the mix.
Third down and 10. Giants must get to the 44 for a first down, and Vereen will not. It's Stephon Anthony who makes the tackle 3 yards shy of the marker.
The big difference we're seeing right now is the ability to get some pressure. This is Kasim Edebale right there, getting that pressure from the outside, the speed rush forcing Eli Manning up into the pocket and shortening his ability to let those plays develop down the field.
So the Giants do not want to give the Saints a short field. Should they go for it on 4th down and not pick up the first? Wing, 61-yard punt and a 57-yarder earlier. Murphy lets it go, and this time the Giants did not keep it out of the end zone.
In the course of the game, you get limited opportunities with possessions and plays, and you see how this game started for the Saints. 3 plays, just those 4 yards, and then since then they're averaging 9 yards a play since that opening drive.
Saints punted 10 times last week in their win over the Colts. They punted only once today as Brees connects with Marcus Colston. Colston out to the 26 for a gain of 6.
The big thing the Giants defense has to do right now, they've got to start generating some type of pressure. It's the one thing that we've seen from the Saints defense that's kind of changed things a little bit here in the second half. Steve Spagnuolo, he's got to figure out something. If he's not getting there with his down 4, he's going to have to start adding somebody. Take a risk that you may be overmatched in the secondary, but you've got to get Drew Brees out of his rhythm.
On 2nd and 4, it's Ingram, and Mark Ingram picks up a first down, gain of 9.
And we talked about Mark Ingram in the first half. He had his big runs in that second half against the Colts last week. So you got to beware of him right now because he is a big physical downhill runner.
Talk about the Giants pass rush as we mentioned earlier, and we heard from Laura Oatman, the return of Jason Pierre-Paul to practice this week. And the possibility that he will play next week for the Giants down in Tampa. Brees complete to Cooks. As we head to Los Angeles for a game break, Mike Hill. Mike.
NFC South battle, Bucks and Falcons, and the rookie Jameis Winston starting to come into his own. Botch play, but he decides to do it on his own. The 2-yard touchdown right there. It's 20-10 Bucks in the 4th.
All right, Mike. Winston and the Bucks. Giants opponent next week. Buccaneers have won only one of their last 7. In Atlanta, 2nd and 3. It's Ingram. Another first down out to the 47.
Now you feel like you've got control of the game offensively. We'll see if they can kind of start to do some things to take some time off and limit the possessions that the Giants will have here down the stretch. It's one of the things that Sean Payton talked to us about when he uses all these tight ends, not necessarily getting into 4-minute style offenses, but being able to control the flow of the game, control the game itself at specific periods during this. So right here, late 3rd quarter, let's get out there, let's pound the ball a little bit, take some time off that clock.
Saw the time of possession. Saints have scored 35 points. And they've had the ball just over 16 minutes. And here's C.J. Spiller into Giants territory for another Saints first down.
Well, we see C.J. Spiller get matched up on the outside in different formations as a passing threat. Here, watch him run. Watch him stretch this when he decides to get north and south. Cuts in backside of all that defensive pursuit for a nice run.
Marcus Kuhn, 72, injured while making the tackle, so he heads off. Or Kerry Wynn, excuse me, he's replaced by Marcus Kuhn.
I tell you what, when you put your offense in a position where you're second and short. You're second and short the majority of the afternoon here with that production on first down. The Giants aren't bad either.
Brees to the outside. And the catch is made by Snead. So Willie Snead gains 11. Another Saints first down. Their 26th of the day.
Yeah, it's funny. One of the funnier things I've heard during our opportunity to be a broadcaster and you talk to people around the league is Peyton Manning. And he was always emphasizing, why wait till 3rd down to get a first down?
Right.
We're trying to get first downs at every possible point during the course of the game. There's a first down on first down by the Saints.
To your point, there have only been 12 third down plays the entire game. This is Ingram. Ingram works his way down to the Giants' 20-yard line. First down, number 27 for the Saints today.
You just see the patience. He trusts his guys in front of him. Sometimes a runner becomes impatient and he leaves his blocking. He does a really nice job of setting everything up. He'll kind of get in behind these guys and you'll lose track of him and allow the offensive lineman to push down the field, and then he'll break out from behind that pack.
Final minute, third quarter. Snead in motion from the Giants 20. Play action. Breeze moving to his right, escapes pressure. And the catch is made out of bounds. Josh Hill unable to get both feet down in bounds.
Going to have a running back in protection against Robert Ayers. Too athletic to go that low, but look at Drew Brees, just a little sidestep there, extends that play out. Josh Hill gets one down.
Oh,
Looks like he might have got that down. Sean Payton has walked down there, but he's now reaching for the challenge in his back pocket.
second and 10. Breeze to the end zone. Watson, touchdown.
Well, when your tight end has a big day, you're working against linebackers and safeties. We know about the injuries at the linebacker position. Ben Watson is just going to get vertical right down the middle of the field. A little stutter. He's on top of Devon Kennard right away. Safety help was up involved. That's an easy throw catch. So the New Orleans Saints, looking at what the roster situation is today, have really kind of decided we like our matchup with Benjamin Watson against the linebackers and the safeties for the Giants. He's been a focal point in their passing attack today.
Sixth touchdown pass for Drew Brees, tying a franchise record. The best football game in America this Thursday is on FS1. The second-ranked Baylor Bears take their high-powered offense against Kansas State. The only place to see all the action is Thursday night on FS1. This one certainly has the feel of a college game here in New Orleans.
Absolutely. This is like the Big 12 right in front of us. I feel like we're in Waco.
6 touchdown passes for Drew Brees. Ties the franchise record that he matched in 2009. Billy Kilmer, 6 TD throws for the Saints back in '69. So the Giants again trail by 14. Remember, they erased a 14-point deficit pretty quickly with a late touchdown in the second quarter, and then Manning hitting Beckham early in the third.
Now look at those numbers by Eli Manning. And let's not forget that last series for the Giants. They had a long pass down the field inside the 25-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. It was brought back. Then they had consecutive holding penalties. So this has been a nice performance by this Giants offense too. But the Saints defensive line starting to assert itself here in the second half through that third quarter.
From the 20 on first down. Manning to Beckham. And Odell Beckham Jr. is out across the 30, gain of 10. That was Beckham's 7th reception today. He has 3 touchdowns. Remember, John Jerry replaced Jeff Schwartz, who suffered an ankle injury earlier, and now Schwartz comes back in for Jerry. At right guard for the Giants. Time winding down, third quarter. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. This is Jennings on the delay. As the third quarter comes to an end, Rashad Jennings picks up the 50th first down in today's game. 50 first downs in 45 minutes. Fourth quarter coming up. Through 3 quarters, 70 points, 50 first downs, 798 yards.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin wanted his team to raise his level. Fourth quarter, that was a rallying cry early in the year. Rob Ryan, let's show your heart. This is the fourth quarter. Let's play with heart.
The coaches on both sides sending their message. Jennings to the 45.
Still plenty of time to stick with everything that you've got at your disposal in your offensive playbook. They really started to run the ball a little bit better here. Late third quarter for the Giants.
Manning on 2nd and 7.
Watch out there,
There is a flag. Crowder defending. Randall, the intended receiver.
The question is, where were his eyes? Was his helmet turned around? Looks like it's going against Brandon Browner again.
Pass interference. Defense, number 39. The ball would place at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Browner's 4th penalty today, 15th on the season.
He's lobbying his point right there. It looked like the route was shut down and he stopped to play it, and then there was contact after it. So kind of a unique situation. I've agreed with a lot of the calls earlier today. It's just been a tough afternoon. We talked about the one thing that New Orleans was doing poorly early in the game was giving the Giants first downs via penalty.
From the 37, it's Jennings. Giants over these last couple of drives have made a concerted effort to run the ball as Jennings takes it down to the 33 for a gain of 4.
Well, you're just trying to take some time off this clock so Drew Brees and his offense are getting right back out on the field. This Giants defense hasn't been able to stop them. So, you know, the best defense for them going forward is going to be an offense that stays on the field a little bit more.
Batting on 2nd and 6. And that pass is short, intended for Dwayne Harris.
Eli Manning climbing up into the pocket, kind of got crowded there at the end. Don't know if he was able to fully step and throw and deliver this pass as the pressure comes in. Again, there it is. It's impacting the throw. It's not a sack, but it definitely had an impact on Eli Manning's throw to Dwayne Harris.
3rd down and 6. Giants must get to the 27. Down goes Manning. Ball comes loose. Saints recover.
Looks like we got a penalty.
Holding. Defense, number 40. It's a 5-yard penalty. An automatic first down.
Wow. A huge turn of events.
I just talked about penalties resulting in a first down for the Giants caused by the Saints. This one gets a possession back for them. Bobby Richardson, number 78, is going to loop to the inside. He's going to come free working against John Jerry. Ball's loose, recovered by Tyler Davison. First down Saints, but no. Right there working against Odell Beckham Jr.
Delvin Breaux flag. So instead of the Saints getting the ball back, new set of downs for the Giants. After New Orleans 28. On the delay, it is Jennings. And Rashad Jennings gains 4 inside the 25-yard line.
Haven't seen the play action, though. They've had success running the football here. You'd think Ben McAdoo would try to tie that in with a shot down the field with some play action. The Giants really struggling in their protection right here over the last quarter or so, keeping that Saints front out of the pocket.
And they shuffled the right guard in and out, Schwartz and Jerry. Jerry remains in. There's Jennings out of the backfield. Stiff arm to Browner. And Rashad Jennings takes it inside the 20, just shy of a Giants first down.
There's a couple of big guys out there right there. Brandon Browner, one of the more bigger physical corners in the NFL. Rashad Jennings, let me tell you what, he's a beast. He's got a great stiff arm, one of the best stiff arms in the league today.
3rd down and 1. There is a flag.
I think Eli thought he had a free play in that situation. Yeah.
It is against the Saints.
Offside. Defense. Nose tackle. It's a 5-yard penalty and a first down.
For the Giants again for the second time on this possession. Got a first down via penalty.
Working that hard count, you can see how hard that inflection is to get Tyler Davison to jump.
So the Giants inching closer. 1st and 10 from the Saints 14. 3rd penalty of this drive. 2 have given the Giants the first down.
1 gave him the ball back.
Right. There's Jennings. Jennings stays on his feet, finally down at the 9-yard line. Pick up of 5.
but getting some good productivity out of this run game. And again, it's keeping Drew Brees and all those weapons on the sideline, allowing his defense an opportunity to catch their breath. Kenny Vaccaro looks like the Saints player who's down the field still. He's chomping at the bit to get back out there so long as he's been on the sideline all game today.
Marcus Sanford replaces Vaccaro, number 33. Sean Beckham. Darryl circled him in the slot. He has 3 touchdowns today. Second down and 5. Manning, end zone. He was looking for Beckham. No flags. Breaux on the coverage.
It's been fun to watch all day, Delvin Breaux. Now here's a guy, and he comes in for a tryout with the Saints, and there's about 7-8 teams waiting to have their opportunity to try Delvin Breaux out, and Rob Ryan calls up Sean Payton and says, all right, we can't let this guy leave the building. Now, he had that good of a workout.
Well, the strategy paid off. They did not let him leave. Vaccaro back in. Third down and 5. Manning on third down, looking for Vereen. It's Vaccaro on the coverage.
That's a nice job because Shane Vereen is excellent out of the backfield, running routes. He's a very difficult matchup for anybody in the passing game. You can see that little pivot, change of direction. Great body control by Kenny Vaccaro.
Now the field goal unit started to head out. Tom Coughlin down by 14. Leaves his offense on the field. Fourth down and 5. Manning on fourth down. Moving to his right. Directing traffic. Looking across the field. Now he throws. It's a touchdown. Dwayne Harris. Giants for the second time today score a touchdown on fourth down.
Oh my gosh, this is just a highlight reel of what you're not supposed to do as a quarterback. I mean, you're rolling to your right and you throw back in the middle of the field. It's a mistimed jump by a Saints defender. As he's coming down, the ball goes over his head right to Dwayne Harris. You break, contain, okay, he's waiting for somebody to work their way out to the right. He looks back, he has no options. It is fourth down. You know what, the heck with it. Let me just throw it up here and see if one of my guys can make a play. This is unbelievable. I mean, great job by the Saints defense. That's great coverage. They got everybody jammed. Look at the throw. But it's a heady play by Eli. It is fourth down. All right, so know what the scenario is in the game. What are you going to do, take a sack in that situation? Throw it up. Hopefully your guy makes a play. If they intercept it, they intercept it. It was fourth down.
Damian Swann remains down. Swann making his return today. Missed the last 2 games due to a concussion.
But Damian Swann is actually the player who leaps up, just mistimes that jump, and gets undercut by his own player. And you can see all the way down. And we talk about helmet to helmet. We talk about these knees to the helmet, elbows to the helmet that are part of the game. I tell you, the one area that the concussions are still a big issue is helmet to ground. Helmet to ground. These players, they elevate the big bodies driving people into the ground. It's still that area that the NFL is struggling with to get some production in this concussion situation.
So the Saints medical staff tending to Damian Swann. Extra point when we return.
Today's game is sponsored by Visa Checkout, the easier way to pay online. Sign up now. By Hyundai, an official sponsor of the NFL. And by Subway. Come in for National Sandwich Day, Tuesday, November 3rd.
Wild one in New Orleans. Giants drive extended by a couple of Saints defensive penalties. They score on fourth down for the second time. Brown with the extra point. And the Giants, following the Harris touchdown on 4th down, have pulled to within 7 once again. Eli Manning ties his career high with 5 touchdown passes today. Drew Brees has already tied his career best with 6.
Well, they kept him off the field for a little over 3 minutes, but here he comes. He's coming right back out, and he has had one heck of an afternoon here today and has taken advantage of injuries in the secondary and the linebacker level for the New York Giants. There's been some blown coverages. Marcus Colston uncovered in that situation, easy touchdown. But the best thing that the Giants did on that last drive was staying on the field a little bit longer than normal just to keep Drew Brees and these wide receivers off the field.
The NFL record is 7. It's been set actually 7 times. The last to do it, Nick Foles, back in 2013. Eli's brother Peyton threw 7 in one game that same year. Sixth time in history, Darryl, they combined 11 or more touchdown passes in one game. Kurt Menefee, I know you're keeping a close eye on all the action today here in New Orleans. What's going on?
Yeah, we're just trying to keep count of all those touchdown passes. I don't think we'll see that many later on today in Dallas. Richard Sherman and that Seattle defense do their best to stop Dez Bryant and the Cowboys. America's Game of the Week, what you guys have done there in New Orleans. Dez Bryant looks like he's back. He says he's playing. Kenny Moose Laura.
All right, Kurt, we look forward to the Cowboys and the Seahawks, but still over 12 minutes remaining here in New Orleans.
Who knows how many more touchdowns we have left to go here.
Brees swings it out to Spiller. The ex-Saint, Jonathan Casillas, the tackle.
Didn't it seem like that last drive was longer? It seemed like, hey, they did exactly what they needed. They kept Drew Brees on the sideline. Their defense has had an opportunity to catch their breath, and it's, 3 minutes and 14 seconds is all it was?
Well, for today's game, that was pretty long. We've had 11 touchdown drives in this game. Each and every time, the Giants or Saints have driven 60 yards or more. There have not been a lot of short fields.
No.
Second down and 4. On the reverse, it's Cooks. And Cooks is shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
That's good play by Jay Bromley, because he's the one that kind of makes Brandon Cooks run the bubble. He's going to come from your inside tackle position, recognize it, get up the field. Along with George Selvey, you get him strung out a little bit. It looked like it had some potential there when it started, but heady play by 2 defensive linemen.
Jay Bromley out of your alma mater, Syracuse University. Third down and 7. Movement prior to the snap. Ball start.
Ball start. Offense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
We've talked about how productive everybody has been. Both offenses on first down here this afternoon, especially the Saints, up over 8 yards a play on first down. It hasn't been many opportunities this afternoon where they've been in a third and long situation.
They punted only once today. Saints must get to the 30 for a first down. No flags. Snead, the intended receiver. Rogers Cromartie, the coverage.
I think that's a situation where Willie Snead slipped and went to the ground. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie has the opportunity to get to that point to make that interception. He's trying to get through there. I don't think he shoved him down to the ground. I think Willie Snead actually slipped. Some tight coverage on the outside. And we finally got a stop by the Giants defense.
And Morstead finally back out to punt. Saints went 3 and out on their opening drive of the game. And now Harris will let it bounce out of bounds. So the Giants, trailing by 7, scored a touchdown on 4th down on their last possession with an opportunity to tie the game. Highest scoring game in the NFL this season. We've had 11 touchdowns and no field goals. Last time that has happened, December of 08, Patriots and Raiders. About some wacky things in New England Oakland games, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So now the Giants trailing by 7. Back to work from their 35-yard line. Off the play fake to Williams. Catch is made by Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. inside the New Orleans 40 and finally steps out of bounds at the Saints 27-yard line. Beckham gains 38.
The thing about Odell Beckham Jr. is he's able to run routes, catch the ball on the move, regardless of where they are. He doesn't really lose a step or a stride. And Sean Payton told us, he goes, my biggest concern is his start-stop, change of direction. Yeah, he's got flat-out breakaway speed, but that shiftiness is what worries us.
What a homecoming for Manning and Beckham from the 27. It's Ruben Randall, the other Giants receiver from LSU.
Now, this has been like a 2-minute drill for 60 minutes today. I mean, the entire time we played. It's like...
And we may need more than 60 minutes. Second down and 3 from the Saints 20. Williams in the backfield, Harris in the slot. Manning on second down, off the play fake to the end zone. Harris pulls it in for a Giants touchdown. For Dwayne Harris, his second of the fourth quarter.
He said the big reason he came to the Giants in the offseason via free agency was because the Giants told him they were going to give him the opportunity to play more wide receiver than he had in Dallas. And I tell you what, we saw him in Buffalo, have a nice day. He's had a tremendous day here. Great release, little fake to the outside, gets him on top of Kyle Wilson. Nice throw by Eli Manning, great catch by Dwayne Harris. And remember, he's questionable with knee and ankle injuries here in the second half.
Career best 6th touchdown pass for Eli Manning. Second today to Harris. What a game. Giants and Saints tied at 42.
Today's game is sponsored by McDonald's, teaming up with the NFL like never before.
Not sure we can find too many more words to describe this one.
No, I'm all out. I'm all out of adjectives, Kenny. I mean, it's going to be a shame. You know, somebody's going to waste a great offensive performance here this afternoon. You know, some work to do next week as you break down your defensive film. But, boy, if you like offensive football, this has been fun. It's been great design, great strategy, play calling, and great play by our quarterbacks here.
6 touchdown passes apiece. Manning setting a personal record. Breeze tying his career mark. We welcome those of you who have joined us following the Vikings win over the Bears. You see the score, upper left-hand corner.
And the time to go. Still 9.5 left.
It is correct. Giants and Saints tied at 42 as the catch is made out across the 40 by Brandon Cooks for a Saints first down.
Now, this is a 7-on-7 drill, fans, that we're watching here today on television. These quarterbacks are on a roll. And here's been one of the big things is the secondary, the linebacker level for the Giants really been hit by injuries here. And then we have Jaron Hosley down. So that will even get thinner. And Drew Brees has made them pay all afternoon long. Thought we might see some run game from the Saints because of what the Dallas Cowboys did in the running game, going over 230 yards. But it has been all via the air. Drew Brees has done a great job of finding the open receivers matched up against linebackers, safeties.
We welcome another new audience. Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Laura Oakman here in New Orleans. 9:18 remaining as Giants cornerback Jaron Hosley is helped back onto his feet. New York Giants, for the second time today, have erased a 14-point deficit in under 3 minutes. Saints led 42-28 after 3. Eli Manning with a pair of fourth quarter touchdown passes to Dwayne Harris, tying the game at 42. 6 touchdown passes for both Manning and Breeze. The 12 touchdowns back on November 2nd, 69. An NFL record. Saints and St. Louis Cardinals. Tomorrow is the anniversary of that game. And that was the only other time in NFL history, Darryl, in which 2 quarterbacks both threw 6. Billy Kilmer for the Saints, Charlie Johnson for the Cardinals. 6 apiece for Breeze and Manning.
They've matched each other drive for drive during the course of the afternoon. And you mentioned the 2 comebacks by the Giants when they'd fallen behind by 14. Eli Manning not worried at all, very composed down the field. It's been punch, counter punch all afternoon.
Second down and 2. As Breeze throws, and the pass is high. He was looking for the tight end Watson. Jonathan Hankins with the pressure.
And here in the second half, we finally started to get a little bit of pressure by both defenses. This time it's the Giants. Jonathan Hankins, 95, getting upfield, making Drew Brees move a little bit in the pocket. But both of these quarterbacks, their offensive lines have held up well the majority of the day.
Third down and 2. Breeze underneath. And it's a first down at the Giants' 47-yard line for Watson, his 8th catch of the day.
That's a nice catch, too. Starting to slide to the outside, thrown on that back hip, able to spin back and make the catch for the first down.
So the Saints move the chains. Breeze is now thrown for 440 yards. He completed 18 straight passes earlier. They keep it on the ground on first down. It's Ingram to the Giants. 43 with under 8 minutes remaining. Giants scored first. They led 7-0. We were tied at 7, 14, 28, and now 42.
They've struck a little bit of balance here in the second half. We've seen Mark Ingram a little bit more involved in it. We've seen Rashad Jennings for the Giants also getting his run game going a little bit.
Over 900 yards of offense. Breeze to the outside. It's picked off on the deflection and taken back by Tremaine McBride for a Giants touchdown. It popped away from Willie Snead right into the arms of McBride.
Well, the hero of one of the heroes of the Dallas victory, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, with the hit that causes the fumble. So again, we've talked about this. You know, that the yards were there. They haven't been able to slow him down, and you're waiting for that big play to happen. And it's Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie again, jumping that, seeing that throw, coming off of his guy, putting the big hit down, jarring it loose. Tremaine McBride there for the deflection and the touchdown.
It is ruled a completion and then a fumble on the hit by Rodgers-Cromartie. McBride, who was on the Saints practice squad back in 2011, takes it back all the way. And now flags on the extra point attempt. False start.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty. Retry from the 20.
Well, Darryl, you've alluded to the Giants' fourth quarter issues earlier in the season, blowing double-digit fourth quarter leads in their first 2 games against the Cowboys and the Falcons. They have scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter here today.
Yeah, we came on talking about kind of the Giants season being a series of little fires that popped up. They got rid of that fourth quarter one done. The passing offense as of late, they've got that taken care of today. So this is a team gritty, scrappy. They're just finding a way this afternoon.
Giants have their first lead since 7-0. 13 touchdowns, no field goals in today's game. First time since 65. There has not been a game with 14 touchdowns and no field goals, Darryl, since 1950.
Well, we got 7 minutes and 11 seconds left, so I think that's well within our reach right now, Kenny.
Following the 63-yard return by Jermaine McBride, his first NFL touchdown. Remember, the Saints led 42-28 after 3.
Now, this is all fourth quarter, and this is a team that had struggled in the fourth quarter early in the year. Dwayne Harris, first touchdown of the quarter, follows it up with a nice catch there for his second. And Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie makes a great play. He is in coverage on the outside. He's got his eyes on the quarterback. He recognizes what's happening, comes off his guy, makes the big hit, jars it loose. Tremaine McBride with the deflection for the touchdown.
All right, here we go. Saints back to work. Breeze under pressure, gets rid of it, and finds Ingram for a gain of 3. As we hit 7 minutes remaining here in New Orleans.
And the Saints were over 150 yards in every quarter through the third quarter.
Second down at 7. Colston broken up by the ex-Saint Casillas. Big day in New York, Darryl. World Series tonight. New York Marathon earlier. This one feels like we've run a marathon.
Yeah, I can't imagine the emotional swings down below. Jonathan Casillas with a nice play right there in coverage on Marcus Colston. How about this? The last 3 possessions by the Saints had gone to third down. They were avoiding third down because they were so explosive on first down.
Right. Very unusual. Third down and 7. Saints must get to the 30. And Colston will not. What a tackle. Talk about all the issues the Giants have had today. Well, Jaron Hosley comes up and makes a huge play, stopping Colston just shy of a first.
I tell you what, this is a really nice play because Marcus Colston is a big physical receiver. Watch the effort here as he tries to stretch out. Great camera work by our guys. Well done, Jaron Hosley.
Saints offense remains on the field on 4th down, and now Breeze will head over to the sidelines.
The way these defenses have played today, to me, you don't even really think long and hard. You got 6 minutes left in this game. You should be able to get an opportunity. I mean, both defenses have struggled, but if one was starting to get a resurgence before the other, I think the Saints defense has gotten the better of the Giants offense. You look at the other matchup, it's different, but this Saints defensive front has started to get some pressure and disrupt the Giants. I mean, if you are stuffed on this 4th down, it's going to be 56-42 pretty quick.
Breeze back out onto the field. 4th and inches for the Saints with 6 minutes remaining.
Well,
4th down, huge for the Giants today. They've scored a couple of touchdowns on 4th down.
Yeah, and Sean Payton has been aggressive this afternoon with some of his play calling, some of his style of coaching here this afternoon. So this is just kind of following suit, kind of following what he did last week in Indianapolis, the victory there. He's kind of followed that right back up. He's been a little bit more aggressive here this afternoon again.
With 2 tight ends. 4th and inches. Ingram takes the handoff from Breeze, and he dives forward and has a Saints first down.
That's a gutsy call by Sean Payton. Good execution by the Saints. You got to have the line surge right here. A lot of big bodies right in that interior part. Devon Kennard almost there. He was almost able to get in submarine Mark Ingram before he got up over the top.
New set of downs for the Saints with just over 5 minutes remaining. They trail by 7. Giants with 3 fourth quarter touchdowns. The ball was never snapped.
Ball start. Offense. Number 64. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's the right tackle, Zach Strief, as we head for a game break with Mike Hill. Mike.
Falcons once down 20-3 against the Bucs. Roar all the way back. Matt Ryan finding his guy Julio Jones back in the end zone. 8-yard touchdown catch with 17 seconds left. We're tied at 20, headed to overtime. Kenny, moves back to you.
Wow, shades of last week for the Tampa Bay Bucs, who blew a 24-point lead against the Redskins. Breeze for Cooks. What a catch. Looked like it was about to bounce away, and Cooks able to hang on.
Not only bounce away, but I think almost an opportunity for Wani Unga, 47, to make the interception.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Another nice catch, this time by Colston. And he works his way to the 43-yard line for a Saints first down. 4.5 to play. Drew Brees with 6 touchdown passes today, 6 for Eli Manning. Giants have taken the lead on a defensive score. Brees fires downfield, and that pass is behind the intended receiver, C.J. Spiller.
And that'll be something that they'll work on together. C.J. Spiller, a running back out of the backfield, but that looked like Drew Brees wanted him to kind of shut that one down, kind of that back shoulder look. If you're stride for stride down the sideline, what we're doing today is throwing that ball on that back shoulder and having the receiver make the adjustment for the catch.
And that play reminiscent of the overtime touchdown reception by Spiller against Dallas. He went 80 yards. 2nd and 10. Brees, a pump fake. Now he throws near side. It's Willie Snead. Mosley the tackle. The ball will be spotted at the 47. 3rd down and 6.
Good job by Willie Snead, that situation. He was the one that had the ball jarred loose by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie on that one. As soon as he gets the catch, he's got that security. He's not going to let that come out again.
Another huge 3rd down play for the Saints. Empty backfield. They must get to the Giants' 47. And they do. It's a first down and more for Ben Watson, who takes it all the way to the Giants' 36-yard line, a gain of 15.
Tough to defend. It's that little stutter and go route. Watch as he comes over. He's going to stop right up atop the quarterback. Little stutter go. There's your separation from Landon Collins.
Demontre Moore is the injured Giant. Sports is proud to team up with the Movember Foundation in their commitment to changing the face of men's health. Join us at moteam.co/Fox-Sports to learn more about how we are getting involved in the Movember movement. First day of November, wild one in New Orleans. Giants with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to battle back from a 14-point deficit and take the lead. But now the Saints are on the move. 1st and 10 from the Giants' 36. As Brees throws, and the catch is made by Snead. Collins the tackle. At the Giants' 27, a gain of 9.
And there's just been great spacing throughout the afternoon when they get into these situations with the multiple wide receivers. It's so difficult for this Giants linebacker secondary group to get all their drops and get everything covered.
Under 3 minutes remaining. This will be the 11th play of the drive for the Saints, and Brees has gone over 500 yards passing. Now at 5:02, 8 shy of his career best. This is Ingram. And he is wrapped up by Craig Dahl. Ingram close to a first down. Looks to be just short. 3rd down and 1.
This is a nice play by Craig Dahl, because I thought Mark Ingram had right there that little jump cut to the outside, and there he is filling his gap.
Clock winding down towards the 2-minute warning. Here come the chains.
Another opportunity for this Giants team. 3rd and short here again. A lot of third downs on this drive. We hadn't seen many third downs during the course of this game today. So we've gotten here on this drive.
Now the clock runs down and we hit 2 minutes remaining in New Orleans, with the Giants leading by 7. 3rd and inches coming up for Brees and the Saints. What a game here in New Orleans. 6 touchdown passes for both quarterbacks. Giants mount a huge 4th quarter comeback. Tremaine McBride with the go-ahead score. And now the Saints facing a 3rd down and 1. On a toss. It's a 1st down and more for Ingram, who takes it all the way down to the Giants' 11.
Again, nice job by the Saints coming off that timeout and being ready to go. They're in the huddle. It's a pop to the line of scrimmage. There's your big tight ends on the outside, down, and around. Look at the running lane for Mark Ingram. Wanegu has a shot at him, misses the tackle right there. This is a tough physical runner. You can see it as he finishes that.
Down to 1:25 on the clock. New set of downs for the Saints. Here is Ingram, takes the handoff from Brees as we welcome another new audience. Kenny Albert, Darryl Johnston, Laura Oakman. Here in New Orleans, Saints had a 42-28 lead after 3 quarters. Giants with 3 touchdowns in the 4th. For the 2nd time in NFL history, 2 quarterbacks have thrown 6 touchdown passes in the same game, but the Saints need a touchdown to extend the game. On 2nd down and 8 from the Giants' 9. Brees fires, touchdown! C.J. Spiller. And Drew Brees ties an NFL record with his 7th touchdown pass today.
That's been an area that they've really attacked with C.J. Spiller, with Benjamin Watson. Giants down in their linebacker level, and they've really exploited some of the matchups that they got. And C.J. Spiller, one of the more difficult guys to cover out of the backfield. Just not defended well. They never made him stop, change direction. He was able to just run a circle route right into the end zone.
The extra point by Forbath. This game is tied for the 5th time today, 49 apiece.
A lot of times this route is on a hard line and you force a linebacker to open his hips, start and stop. This one, there's really not a whole lot going on. It's just kind of looped out for the touchdown.
We welcome another audience, tied at 49 with 36 seconds remaining in New Orleans.
Again, you just watch C.J. Spiller. He's just going to come out and nobody really changes direction. Both of these linebackers, they don't really play it all that well. You know, I've seen it run before. I mean, you got to squeeze that right now. You know the situation. And Jonathan Casillas lets C.J. Spiller get up on him too much. And that was easy. That was way too easy in that situation.
With that one completion, Drew Brees sets new Saints franchise records for completions, yards, and touchdown passes in one game.
And let's not forget about that gutty 4th down call by Sean Payton early in that drive. I would have punted that way and hoped my defense could make a stop. I think Sean was, the way this game has gone, I think he just didn't have the confidence that they'd be able to stop Eli.
98 points, 8th highest all time, over 1,000 total yards. Giants and Saints have set an NFL record with 13 touchdown passes combined in one game. They've tied an NFL record with 64 combined first downs. Remember what we said at halftime? Last team with the ball wins.
Looks like we're heading that way, Kenny.
So with 36 seconds remaining, Eli Manning and the Giants offense back out. So Eli has thrown 6 touchdown passes. But the quarterback on the other side has thrown 7.
Now, the Saints defensive front has been starting to get pressure. Speed rushers from the outside. The other big thing this afternoon, penalties. Penalties by this Saints defense. Critical times for first downs for the Giants.
36 seconds, 3 timeouts from the 20. Manning just out of the reach of Randall.
I tell you what, that's not what you expect to see on the first play of a series with 36 seconds left. He gets on top of coverage right here. He's on top of Keenan Lewis. Oh, you gotta make a play. Little contact there by Keenan Lewis on the left arm.
Manning on 2nd and 10, over the top. And a nice tackle made after the gain of 5 by Shane Vereen. Harris Bird brings him down. 3rd and 5 coming up. 25 seconds remaining. What a day.
It's been unbelievable. I mean, every time we thought that the defenses were finally going to start to make a play, these offenses just continue to uplift their execution. It's been fantastic. It's been fast-paced. We talked about it. It's been like a 2-minute drill since we kicked off here. They would separate. The Saints would go up 14. Giants would come right back. Aggressive play calling. Great athleticism on the field, and obviously tremendous quarterback play all afternoon.
3rd down and 5. Manning fires on 3rd down. And the Giants, with 20 seconds, will send out the punting unit.
Dwayne Harris coming out of the slot has had a big 4th quarter, an opportunity for a play there. Kyle Wilson gets him off the line. Little shove there, gets him into the wrong area. Rob Bryant's defense finally with a stop there.
We've given up 49 and we have a chance to win the game.
Well, we've heard a lot about Marcus Murphy while we've been down here. Does he have an opportunity to catch this thing? They talked about his north-south style of returning.
Second charge timeout, New York Giants. This is a 30-second timeout.
The other thing is, Brad Wing has been phenomenal on his punts today. I mean, he's been driving the ball.
Murphy waiting at his 30. Murphy moving to his left from the 29. And Murphy is across midfield. Ball comes loose into the hands of Willie Snead. There is a flag. 5 seconds on the clock. We will check in with the referee, Craig Rolstad.
But Willie Snead has the fumble earlier in the game that results in the 49-42 lead by the Giants, and he's there to bail out his buddy, Marcus Murphy.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by New Orleans. First down and 10 New Orleans. There's no penalty on the play. 1st and 10.
All right, the flag has been picked up. 5 seconds on the clock. Following the return by Murphy. A fumble, ball stripped out by Craig Dahl, who was injured on the play. And then Snead able to recover for the Saints. And Snead advanced it a couple of yards.
Correction. There's a personal foul. Face mask.
Wow. After Rolstad initially said no flag, face mask against the Giants. The field goal unit has started to come out for New Orleans with 5 seconds remaining.
Let's see on Brad Wing. Yeah, he's got the punter has the face mask, but now he's going back to that punt situation. Brad Wing has driven the ball both times. He did that Aussie-style kick on that one that allowed it to be returnable. He's been driving the ball 60 yards down the field earlier in the game. I don't know why they chose to punt that way. Marcus Murphy made him pay.
So here's Kai Forbath, first field goal attempt of the day on either side. His career long is 50. This will be a 51-yard attempt following the long return and the face mask call on the Giants punter, Brad Wing.
Well, this is only fitting for the end of the game, the way this game has been played all day.
14 touchdowns, no field goals, and as the officials continue to discuss things, we'll bring in Mike Pereira from Los Angeles. Mike.
You know what they're really trying to figure out, what you have here is you have a fumble inside of 2 minutes, which means that you have to go back to the spot of the fumble and put the ball back there since it was not recovered by the fumbling player. Now, the face mask still gets enforced, but it looks to me like it should be from somewhere about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line, and the 15 tacked on from there. So I think that's probably what they're talking about at this point.
Ball has been marked at the 32, so that goes along with what Mike was saying. 47 and the tack on 15.
From the spot of the fumble as the ball was fumbled forward. There can be no advance once the ball is fumbled forward, so New Orleans fumbled at the 47-yard line. The penalty is tacked on 15 yards from that spot. It'll be first down and 10, New Orleans at the 32. 5 seconds.
So that's exactly what Mike Pereira told us. It'll be a 50-yard attempt. Kai Forbath in his third game with the Saints. 50 is his career long as a member of the Redskins. And now the Giants will use their final timeout.
30-second timeout.
$14 touchdowns in the game, and it will come down to a field goal attempt after the Giants got the ball back. Saints scored with 36 seconds remaining. Giants go 3 and out. Punt, big return, penalty. America's Game of the Week, Cowboys and Seahawks next. I'm not sure how they can top this.
I don't think they can.
This will be from the right hash. Luke McCown is the holder. 5 seconds remaining in regulation. Tied at 49. The 50-yard attempt by Forbath is good. Record-setting day in New Orleans, and the Saints are victorious. Kai Forbath hitting from 50. Saints winning 52-49. For Daryl and Laura, this is Kenny saying so long. America's Game of the Week is next.